Hi there, Michael André Ford in Texas in the middle of a thunderstorm. I don't know what's going to happen with the power, everything else, but I'm doing a quick video out of the blue. Hadn't planned to do anything today. I'll give a quick 10-second summary of what I do for folks. I do something very special. I help them get out of what they know into their heart to do their own direct listening, feeling, seeing, connecting to the universe is what I call it. You can have any answers to any questions, all languages spoken, all dialects. I don't get involved in your questions. I don't get involved in your answers. I used to look at that stuff maybe 10, 14 years ago, and whenever somebody shares something that they really enjoyed hearing about. But picture having, instead of AI, just picture the universe being 50 quadrillion trillion times bigger than any AI machine or algorithm. Um, the universe actually can provide all the answers. Loving beings who are consciousness itself loves the fabric of the universe. If you could allow for just a few stipulations here, loves the fabric of the universe, trust that this is so, trust that angels exist and other loving beings, and your answers and hugs and much more will come. So I'm kind of the guy who helps you check out of all the narratives, organizations, structure. I mean, it seems like today more than ever, but I know this is going on with humanity the last couple thousand years. Everyone's telling you how it is for everything. And they want either your money, your energy, or your thought patterns to go a certain way. They want you to be in a certain lane, a certain frequency. Everything we're talking about today is take it all with a grain of salt, but you're tapping here, which is the greatest frequency of all, which is already in harmony with all there is. It's in harmony with the universe. It's in harmony with all the loving beings, your past over loved ones and pets. You can see them, feel them, hear them. Do angels first, if that's okay. A lot of people with their relatives get really choked up, obviously. A lot of emotion there and a lot of connection. So I always try to do angels first. If you're from India, you're going to want sometimes those India religious figures, deity figures. I get it. I'll do that. Then I'll do angels. Uh, yeah, that's been a different experience for me. But I'll do Sri Shirdi Sai Baba sometimes first. But usually I put up a photograph. I took photos of angels 10, 14 years ago, thousands of photos. But here's an angel, photo of an angel named Joy. These photos will move. You can catch the smell of flowers in the air, ocean. You can close your eyes, see them that way. You can see a little bit of light there. When we're taping shows, we have 500 tapings in 3.3 years or 3.4 years. We'll have light fly by and we'll have multiple, and I do this for groups of people. So if you're trying to judge this or grasp it, good luck. I spent, I think, a full year or two trying to grasp angels. I got this far. They exist. Trust that it's so. But you can do group seeing and hearing. I'm off the hook. I got 106 formal testimonials written in videos at my website, michaelandreford.com. The shows, at least 95% of my guests take steps on air, off air. Steps could be anything from smelling lit sage, and I'll do that in just a second. If I didn't have to talk, I'd sign the contract now. I want folks to have, that's maybe a little too strong. I love it when folks have the opportunity to have their own experience. Everyone has a perfectly good functioning heart, at least 98.9% of human beings. And so you're already an Olympian. You're already a prolific author. You're already Tolstoy. You're already your favorite Hollywood film director, Oliver Stone. You're already a race car driver. You just have to let go. And that is hard. It's easy. It's why there are 4,000 categories of self-help groups out there, from Alcoholics Anonymous to religious groups to this church to this nonprofit to this self-help Napoleon Hill author. You know, multiply this by a million across the globe, different cultures, different countries, everything. And so everyone has to hear it differently depending on which angle they're coming in at. You're worried about your gardening, you're not paying attention enough, you've got an actual physical issue, mental, or an ailment. There's healing to be had, by the way. The hugs can become healing. I stay out of all the details. I always start off with the easiest question in the world, though, which is, hey, what do I need to know in life right now? And the person listening may hear their own voice back at them briefly, but the second they let go, they get an angel talking to them full on. And that's where I just help people do little baby steps. And the baby steps are basically from here to here. And once they realize they're in the pool, it's like being at a pool party. You get to the pool, not everybody cannonballs in and wants to be the life of the party. I mean, you might not even want to get in the pool at the barbecue. If you're like me, sometimes, it takes an hour to get up to your ankle. It's chilly, you're just not into it, you're kind of, you're good where you are. Um, that's life for all of us. And so I'm here just to remind folks that they've got no limits, and you knew it as a kid. And if there are no limits in life, again, maybe there are really no limits. What do I mean by no limits? That means imagine like the brain restricts and limits everything. And then what's worse is, and what's a greater opportunity for learning for everyone is throw in the news organizations, throw in this nonprofit, this think tank, this religious group, but not in a traditional sense, like a new religious group that's here to tell you something, how you have to act, why you need to hate that group. Anybody who's telling you why you need to reject something else or why you need to act a certain way, uh, this is your opportunity to skip past what they're telling you and to feel into it and to determine whether it's love, which has no limits, it embraces all. It's what allows love is the filter, the frequency that allows us to appreciate all the contrast on the planet. And love is really the only way forward that we're going to move past ballistic missiles, directed energy weapons, robotic soldiers. I don't know what to call them, Terminators or Terminator dogs now. Ukraine war. And all the other stuff, creating bioweapons and everything that humans love to do when they're not here. Um, this is an opportunity for mankind to embrace more compassion, kindness, gentleness, and have a little more fun. Hey, so before I sound too serious, let's not do anything too serious. And there's a galactic component as well. Speaking of serious, Andromeda, Sirius, Orion, a woman from Lyran, Arcturians, Pleiadians. There's a big galactic component. There's light beings. Some angels are very cosmic. Other angels are very down to earth. I know that may sound kind of funny. Um, Angels have all sorts of backgrounds, come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. They're true unconditional love. They're just here to help. I know some folks who get into the spirituality, woo 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 stuff, kind of go for this unifying consciousness concept where then almost their answer for every question is the same approach. It's a one with all. And then there's no need to have individual personalities attributed to angels or Jesus or Mary or Muhammad or Buddha. It's all the same thing. That's fine. But take a look at those interviews or try interviewing those folks. Is it as much fun as actually meeting hundreds and hundreds of angels or Anthony Bourdain, Debbie Ford, Elvis? You get to see full on out your window, but initially, and that's a lot for folks, close your eyes. You can do it in mind's eye. You can feel a hand on your shoulder, meet Audrey Hepburn, an angel. Fairies exist, jinn exist. Jinn are all over the map. They're, not so hot, totally unconditional love, and everywhere in between. So elementals, jinn. There's one jinn in particular, East Asian mysticism, who's just wonderful, pure unconditional love and light. Um, Dolphin consciousness, all the animal consciousness. I would hate for people to only view food as food and not be able to enjoy all the sparkle and the flavor of dolphin consciousness, whale consciousness, deer consciousness, tree consciousness. It's all very different, and it's all each consciousness, selenite consciousness. You can hear selenite talk to you. You can get sound bowl concert, audible sound bowl concert, and I have guests do this on the show all the time. That's the Angels Positivity and Love show on YouTube. Um, so what I'm saying by this is if you go too far into the pool and sit like the graduate at the bottom of the pool with the that beautiful 60s, 70s music playing, if anybody knows that reference, if you go too far overboard, then everything is one. Great, then everything is one. And there's probably no need to do an interview at that point because everything is one. So I'm not knocking it. I'm just trying to say, try not to go straight from, hey, we don't like this country or we're this country. We should hate these people. We should wipe out those people. What else am I trying to point out? Yeah, this political party's good. This political party's bad. I think there's more corruption than there ever has been in the past. And there's a lot of like devious stuff going on. So when you're in your heart and your love, you can kind of float past those details and kind of focus on what you can, I don't like the word control, but what you can impact, what you can influence, what you can grow. Everything is your opportunity. you get to put a little more love and attention and curating towards your own personal journey on this planet. And you do have a unique life path. So this whole one with all unity consciousness thing, and I'm for some reason focusing on them today. You have a very unique life path. Find it, dust it off. It's already with you, and live it. You came in to do something. Angels will dust that off for you and get you pointed in the right direction. It's learning to allow more, love more, show love always, and humor is a good thing. Now, I think a great litmus test is if a person can't laugh at a dad joke. I mean, laughter is love, smiling is love, dancing is love, exercise is love, exercise is compassion. All the English words that I'm trying to use are so limiting, and they're, you know, we're one with all over again. But you can get answers in symphony form, light coding form, galactic coding. You can call it anything you want. Sanskrit, where part of you will just understand it. It'll be beyond English. So this is really big. There's a lot of figures, a lot of testimonials. Most guests will at least catch a little bit of lit sage. So let me do that right now. What does this really mean? Am I really blowing through smoke through two screens? I mean, part of me says yes, absolutely. Part of me says no, you're one with all already, and you're just catching it. Your heart already knows what to do. I'm going to really have fun with this expression today. Um, all for one and one for all. Here we go. Just only rule I have, besides like pen and paper is really nice to have handy. You won't remember most of your answers if you're moving too fast. The record's 48, 49 pages of answers in 9 hours. I just checked in every 2 hours. You do your own listening. And if you think you need to go like learn something, gain something, you're going to lose something here, move past seeing the negative. You're already doing that listening all day long. Unfortunately, a lot of your listening is to your ego or the part that wastes your life, the negativity that there's a lot of negativity kind of behind the scenes on planet Earth. You can just have chin up, stay the course, trust that you're protected, and you're good. You don't have to worry about it as much as some people make it out to be. There's a lot of change coming, and then the elements that are all about control, power, money, greed, kind of keeping you in a certain lane. Those folks are on the way out, whether they know it or not, and that's nothing to do with me. It's just there's a bigger plan in place for planet Earth. It's been too much violence and bloodshed and control and kind of feeding off of each other going on for too long. All right, a little bit of sage. I'm going to light it. My only rule or setting your intent thing is set your intent. Angels, hey, get me out of my head, into my heart. Thank you. Perfectly simple. That's it. 15 years, thousands of folks meeting and seeing angels. Angels, get me out of my head, into my heart. Help me catch a little bit of sage. Thank you. About to go for a run. Why not tap what you've got? You've got a big heart. It's like an Olympic rowing team in an 8-man shell or 8-woman shell. You're really good at everything you do. You just don't know it. You forgot. You need to remember a little bit. Okay, here we go. You're going to catch a little bit of sage. Give yourself permission. If you've watched the show, you've already done this. And if you're hyper intuitive, you're already smelling the sage. I don't have any smoke yet. And if you're completely wildly creative, why settle for sage when you can have sage flowers? Let your relatives, let a woman from Sirius, and let one angel bring you flowers, roses and lilacs, hibiscus, something, wisteria, lavender, and then ocean. Go for a trifecta. Or go for sparkles around you. Why does it have to be a smell? As I blow, get little Disney-esque fairy sparkles. Fairies exist, by the way. Um, yeah, it's a lot to take in. I've tried. You can't get anywhere with it. You're not going to outsmart anybody. Here we go. I'll tell one dad joke just because I can. Bert and Ernie, Sesame Street. Bert offers Ernie ice cream. What's Ernie say? Sure, Bert. Now, this is where people put comments down like I smelled the smoke. I thought the joke was great. When I laughed at the joke, I suddenly smelled the sage. It smelled like campfire smoke. It smelled like cedar instead. I hold up a picture of a Native American chief, and then everything changes. I'm not lighting anything, and yet they're getting you sage, sweetgrass, desert pinon, cedar, pine, Douglas fir. I probably said one of those twice, but there's like 60 sacred scents. And you can meet jaguar spirit. You can meet the deity like tiger who's action from India, the one that Durga, the divine mother, rides on. Absolutely wonderful. You could feel the fur. So if all is one, too much so, you don't get to have the fun. Like all is one. Why should I go outside? Why should I go for a run? Why should I learn how to cook? All is one. But I don't think we have to worry about all is one. All is definitely not one on planet Earth right now. Mankind's ready to still, mankind's in the middle of the rat race. The rat race ain't banks and it ain't a war in the Middle East and it ain't this and it ain't that. The rat race is actually up here. Dan Millman has that movie, Peaceful Warrior. The book is Way of the Peaceful Warrior. There's a scene in the gas station, the service station. I guess on the edge of the college campus. I think they built that for the film. And the old man, played by Nick Nolte in the film, says, "Take out the trash, Dan." And he's holding a broom and he throws it down and he's like, "You take out the trash." And the old man meant, no, take out the trash that's in the head. You got a lot of junk, a lot of dust, as Buddhists or Tibetan teachings would say. You clear out the dust, the cobwebs. Allow for what you can already allow for. Allow more. Allow with a capital A. That's all this is. All right, let me do something else for you. This isn't going to be a super long one. Uh, I show light on my fingers, auras. I go bigger. People get bigger images inside. We had a panel where all three saw Jesus's face. I'm not trying to sound religious or non-religious. It's just that particular master teacher or spiritual teacher was who came through for them. I put my hand up, you can feel my energy. So maybe I'll do that now. I'm just gonna, with the highest intent, letting angels kind of be the shepherd here on the whole thing. It's really not me. We're gonna blame angels. Don't blame Canada. That's a South Park reference. I'll put up one hand. Put your hand out. Feel what you can feel. My microphone's down here today. I'll blow and push a little bit of light. Here it comes. Catch a little movement, energy, goosebumps down the back. There's 1 million ways to feel it. And I'll put up Joy again. Go ahead and ask her. Let me get me out of the way. Ask her, put your hands up, treat her like a fireplace. But instead of heat, get sparkle. Try too hard, it'll be on your toes. Feel what you can feel, don't judge. And this is just to distract you. But pause that if you want and look at the flame. And the flame, even though you paused it, the flame will move or you'll see light off the flame. And just to make the point, I'll hold my finger up. You can see a little energy coming off the tip of my finger. And I'll do this. Ask her a question, get an answer, get a hug. It'll be a high, peppy 28-year-old voice. Ask, hey, Joy, what do I need to know in life right now? Get an answer, get the hug. And then look up where the ceiling meets the wall in your office, your room. If you're on a balcony or at the park, look at the blue sky. Let her do something for you. She's an angel, darn it. She's got 1 million ways to show up in light energy form. Could be little silver flecks of light, like fish breaking the surface of the water. She's been every color by now, but generally like a pink heart, pink shooting star, pink sparkles. Put your hand out off camera like that, so you don't have to get busted if you were on a show with me. But if you don't care and no one's watching, put your hand out and you can feel some energy at first, and then you can get full human hand. Audrey Hepburn is fantastic. She'll be the last figure that I do, and then I'll try to hit some more points here. Um, Here's Audrey's photo. Angel, I know a historical figure and all that, but she is such love and such light. And we know a historical photo can't possibly move, but watch a few hundred of my shows and she winks, smiles, eyebrow goes up, shoulder waggle, hands move, you name it. So it's what will you allow for? And that, let's ditch the spirituality, ditch the angels, ditch the woman from Sirius, ditch Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, no respect, no disrespect meant. But what are you allowing for more daily? Are you here? Nah, not really. Most of us are like a broken clock. It's twice a day that we have time to breathe, smile, relax, do something with grace and a little less speed up here, rat race, and a little more like, I love washing the dishes. I love vacuuming. I'm going to walk to my car extra slow, even though I'm half an hour late for my meeting across LA and 2 hours worth of traffic. I'm going to be really late. How are you approaching the present moment? There's a great quote from Chogyam Trungpa. It's on my website at the top of my page of the landing page. There's like 18 slides with some of the best quotes of the last 15 years out of thousands of quotes, thousands of answers from Native American chiefs, India figures, angels, and so on. Mary said a great one, Big Mary. And some groups around the planet consider her a third party character, kick her to the curb. She doesn't exist, or she's a bad person. I mean, everyone is very judgy these days, especially like Mother Teresa, Chogyam Trungpa, and a couple more. But hey, if you need to view it, if you're one of those, view it this way. You can't be on the other side and be love without being reconciled. So we all get a chance to quote, get reconciled or sorted out so we can be more shiny in love. Um, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Try not to dwell on the stuff that confuses you or isn't completely positive. Where you put your focus is where you put it. How you spend your energy is how you spend it. Until you recognize the difference between here and here, you're really not going to get going much. And there's a lot of us that's 20 years at a pop, flies by. We're stuck. I was going to say here, but we're stuck up here. Welcome to being human. Welcome to having some trauma happen to you. It could be the divorce, car wreck, this, that, loss of a family member. It gives you almost a different type of license. You get an FBI badge, you're kicking in doors, you're shooting people. You might not be reading the Miranda rights to them either. So we all go a little cray cray that way. Again, welcome to being human. But the sooner you want to start paying attention, the sooner you realize there's something bigger happening. It doesn't have to be an addiction. It doesn't have to be a near-death experience. They're all fantastic ways, but it's really just recognize what the value of thinking is, which is like zilch. Maybe 0.00001% of thinking is not negativity. The rest is, and sometimes most of the time, like slight negativity. Don't get like worried about thinking, but it's a waste of energy, waste of life. Doesn't get anything done. You can think about walking your dog. That ain't walking the dog. You could think about, hey, I should be in the park, but you're checking your fantasy football scores. That's not being in the present moment. Okay, but it is doing well in your fantasy football league. So, okay, here's Audrey Hepburn. Do me a favor, rub your hands in a circle, clap 3 times, do it behind your back, do the chubby checker. Don't do it behind your back. You might get injured. Do the chubby checker. Stand up, though, and do the Elvis. Throw those hips. I can't see you. If you're in front of the avocados at the supermarket watching this, this is going to make an impact on everyone right now. You're going to love it. 20 people are going to start laughing. You're open at that point. If you see those people laughing because you just did this and you know how to do it with a little bit of verve, did I say it right? A little gusto. You made people laugh spontaneously and you gave somebody a wink and said, "You look good today." You did Elvis. You did Chubby Checker. You did it. You're free and clear. You're here for at least a good 2 minutes. Here's a photo of Audrey. Put your hand out, but let her move, wink, smile in the photo, and then hear her voice. A lot of Americans like to close their eyes when they start to listen. Why not leave your eyes on her just for today and let her do her job? Catch a perfume in the air, one from Paris, uninvented, invented. If you like L'air du Temps, have her bring you L'air du Temps. Or if it's Givenchy, let her bring you something. Could be flowers. Hit pause on this. I'm going to put this down. Hit pause on this if you need more time. Get pen and paper. When you write the questions down, great. This isn't automatic writing. Humans have a way of describing everything to the point where they kill it. It's like science. We had a neuroscientist on. I don't think her show's come out yet, probably June. I don't want to say who. It doesn't really matter. It's in her show. You'll see it. She talks about being like studying, I think, master's PhD and how science just rips your heart out of you. You can't have that imagination anymore. You can't allow for the unknown, the religious, the spiritual, whatever you want to call it. But even the religious folks tend to go, humans love to go into such lineation, such detail that then all the other frequencies can't exist. Love is what allows everything to be as it already is, even the stuff we wouldn't want to actually hang out with, and is somehow bigger and shinier. I'm going to read a Netflix quote. It was from some movie 10 years ago. In the end, love is what shows us life in different colors. I just like that quote. And I'll do the Story Musgrave quote, that NASA astronaut, space shuttle, stuff like that. Getting out of the comfortable path, that's what exploration is all about. Getting out of here. Good luck with that. It does often take the addiction, the near-death experience, the car wreck, the divorce, the job layoff, the this, the that, just being sick for 5 days to get you out of here and back into here. You had it as a kid and you've had it at different points, even twice a day. I would argue just as you're walking around the house, you're more open than when you're thinking, and so on. So this is all about letting go of thinking, being a little more here, a little more often. All right, last little bit. Check out the shows. There's 500 plus tapings. I think there's 75 of these or so solo. 25 mind, body, spirit panels. I think we have 28, three more scheduled. It's tough with three guests. There's a lot more planning involved. And then with three schedules, it's usually a 3 week to 3 month delay to get it done. I'm a solo person here, no team support. So I've been learning a lot how to set this stuff up. And then there's the algorithm and everything else. Woo, it is difficult at times. You go from 300 to 700 views per show down to the bare minimum. And that's okay. Angels just reminded me the other day is that metrics don't define you, don't define success. I know I've got a few guests who would argue otherwise, but that's okay. Um, so this is really big. You have all the skills in the world. If there's somebody out there that's, showing you light on their hands or they're saying they're seeing angels, you have the same ability. You have the same big heart. It's only where you're putting yourself that you need to maybe pay attention to. Do a little less limiting and a little more allowing. And I don't care if we're talking spirituality, angels, galactic figures, and what have you. Oh, wait for disclosure this year if it's happening. What I'm trying to suggest with all the structure, the organizations, the control is there's a lot of like fear-based narratives there. You're getting bombarded with details that get you to judge someone else, to know something that precludes possibility. It doesn't mean that the situation isn't right or wrong from a court of law standpoint, but there's a broader love factor that's a constant. Oh, and Mary said, love is a constant. Love is in everything. Open your eyes to find love. That was the quote I was getting to. So it's a bigger vibration. It's like thinking about walking the dog. That would be typical thinking. Walking the dog is love. When you're one with the pooch, you're not checking the football scores. Um, Love, enthusiasm, joy. There's so many trillions of high vibrations, and your growth and expansion never stops. No matter what you think's going on, no matter how stuck you are, you have constant opportunity provided to you. And mankind isn't fixed either. And I think mankind's about to find out a little bit about how to unwind all the severe, strict, mean structure that we've established. Why we would ever unleash viruses on the planet and hurt other humans, why we would use weapons to hurt other people, why we would tell people non-truths constantly, whether it's through the news or through press statements from political organizations or government organizations, why we would try to eradicate entire groups of people. We have many, many different types of lingo. But like, look at South Africa up to 1994, apartheid. That exists today all over again, but it's not in South Africa. Although, if you want to get into that, flip the script there. It's pretty bad in South Africa too, but it's pretty bad everywhere because humans are humans. And yet, let's flip that pancake. So many humans are doing smiling, joy, hugs, kind words, kind efforts, or they're in the moment. The fisherman in the Philippines going through his or her day. There's something to that. So there's something amazing about mankind. We have so much potential. And why not do a little bit of listening? If more people would listen, I'm quoting Archangel Uriel here, if more people would listen, less conflict would result in any given situation. Chris Craighead, if you know that UK SAS operator who was OB1 Nairobi, saved all those people, 700 people at a Nairobi hotel when Al-Shabaab, I think, came in. 3 to 10 terrorists came in. His story's not been officially released. The UK has put a damper on that one. But he picked up a stranger that morning while he was out shooting in the country, practicing target shooting and stuff like that, training. I think he was driving a Land Rover, picked up an old man. That was Archangel Uriel, who showed him a ceremonial knife, said in case he meets any devils or demons on the road, then he let him off. But from then on, he was in a flow state for days. Um, don't listen to me on this stuff. You can meet Archangel Uriel, have the chat. Archangel Uriel does not have a problem with saying that was me. You can also get that kind of backfilling, backstory telling. You've had moments in your life you're wondering why things went down the way they did. You can be shown the fork in the road or why stuff happened the way it did. You can be shown broader perspectives on stuff so you have greater understanding, greater appreciation, greater allowing. That's something that's doesn't get spoken about enough. And that's why I love these shows. Obviously, we have a normal linear format to the show in the sense that we have an amazing guest from somewhere around the world, 20 plus countries. Come on. We've had incredible figures. The youngest Delta Force operator ever, Ian Stenlake, the Australian actor, stage. He was in Stingers, Sea Patrol, if you watch Amazon at all. Um, White House physician to the U.S. president, three presidents, I think from like 1994 to 2002, Dr. Connie Mariano, retired U.S. Navy Rear Admiral, still practicing medicine today in Arizona. Wonderful, wonderful. I don't want to get into her details, but she took steps on the show. I love helping people reconnect, connect with their angels, meet their guardian angel. That one act, meeting your guardian angel, can actually be the hardest thing. I don't know why. People build it up in their head. Their ego comes right back in. They could have just spent 9 hours getting answers, hugs, full on seeing, meeting 25, 100 angels. But they get to their guardian angel, they freak out all over again. Okay, welcome to being human. Same thing with the galactic stuff. I know people think it's a big deal. There's entire communities. It's like politics. The whole disclosure community, the tech community, they've got to have it unwound because the government said this, the government did this, get these documents released, a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request. They got to talk about the crash retrieval or this expert or this dead scientist or that. That's great. But it would be like talking baseball statistics, but only from the origins of baseball to 1960. And you have no interest in paying attention to the here and now. You can actually just meet unconditional love figure. I don't want to get into all the details on that, but you can just have the connection. Meet an angel first, maybe meet your grandma, your passed over pet. You can feel your pet's fur. Pets talk. You can hear. I think like I've got a Labradoodle who's afraid of the storms right now. She's in the other room. But you can hear your pooch when they're alive with you if you want to pay attention. There's a lot of dog mamas or dog papas that have that connection one way or the other. You know what they're thinking. They know what you're thinking. They know you need a hug. They come sit next to you. You don't feel well. There's something up with that, and maybe it takes a dolphin going to Hawaii or Florida. Hawaii, I think, banned all that. Welcome to being human. Or swimming with a whale or other types of consciousness interactions, a tree, just hugging a tree. You can get experiences that the brain has no way of relating to, and that's okay. That's what this is about, is getting out of all that structure. It tends to unwind everything that you thought you knew. What we know usually precludes a lot of possibility. And unfortunately, that's the currency of mankind. That's the currency of narrative building that's going on today in full force, censorship, stuff like that. If you see another big push for censorship, take heart, literally, because it means we're really close as a group, a species, to breaking out and embracing our broader abilities within, our greater capacity to love, our greater capacity to interact with so many amazing figures. You could hold these 20 scientists in high esteem, or the Nobel laureate crowd, or this institution or that scientific institute. Bah. Not that they shouldn't keep doing what they're doing. They're absolutely all amazing. They're doing the best they can. They're doing the best they can. They're at full RPM. They've got all the money that they need, or they're raising more money because they don't have enough money. But in terms of efficiency and a universal level, more like a lawnmower motor, not a Ferrari or a speedboat or one of those amazing supersonic aircraft. Everyone's doing what they're doing. They're right where they need to be. Everything is perfect as it is right now. All is one. Um, but there's room for growth. There's room for more kindness. There's room for more sparkle. There's room for seeing actual light around you. There's room for just getting a darn answer. You've been working on the same scientific formula for 5 years. Why not get some help on it? Can you do listening? I mean, I think we've all done listening. We all have a heart. So if you're so inclined, just simply allow for a little bit more to transpire during your day and see what happens. Ask the angels, ask the universe, ask angels, if you don't mind saying angels, for a little more assistance, for a little more humor, for a little more fun, for nicer people, for a nicer planet. I'll show four more photographs or five. Here's Archangel Michael one way. And here's Gabriel another way, one way. Here's four archangels: Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. There's three more off camera, cropped. I have a gorgeous shot that I show in a lot of my shows over my house in Austin two houses ago. Here's my guardian angel, one way. Very Mother Hawaii Pacific Princess. Here's a Charlotte, one of my business managers. I saw her in a Starbucks. You can see angels in full on human form. I saw her in a Starbucks in Austin as a human. And I've had many of those encounters, and I help people have those encounters. I've even got a guest who had that encounter with one of those photos of one of those angels on a beach in California. 30 minutes sitting there. The angel's a full on human. They're sitting and they're having a conversation. So it's really what we allow for. It's a lot to take in. Um, take a deep breath, smile, relax. That's the opening of openness itself. Now is always the occasion. I'm quoting Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche. Um, Now is always the occasion. It's not next week. It's not you have to go read my book, which listening to angels is now $7.99 for I think 10 years, 5 years, 7, 8 years. It was $3.99. It's $7.99 on Amazon. You can just go to my website or amazon.com/author/angels and pick that up. It's a 15-minute read. It was #1 twice last year in Angels. Thank you, Coast to Coast AM. I was on with one show host and then George Norrie, and both times it shot up, I think, to #1, or it shot up because of the George Norrie one. I can't remember the order of things. I think it shot up to #2 twice the first time I was on Coast to Coast, and then #1 twice, thanks to the George Norrie appearance. There's photos in there. It's so fast. It's a one-page forward, a one-page intro, 5 pages how-to. I think we already demonstrated it's really easy to do. There's an appendix that's gold, platinum. Explains why angels now. How is this possible for mankind? Why, what's up with all this? It's really in the whole book is in the voice of angels talking to you. If anyone thinks I wrote this book, you're absolutely the best. I want to thank you personally. There's no way I wrote this. It's clearly very beautiful, very light language. And then there's a conclusion and then an epilogue by an angel named Dale, who coached a famous Olympic athlete. That epilogue is gold as well. I mean, I put that on my social media at times. I think it's like 2.5 pages. It might be on my website. Um, and that's a really, really beautiful insight into all of us having the ability to open up really anytime we want. Just learn to say yes to the universe a little bit more, yes to angels. Try not to know too much. I mean, trust me, even if you said you wanted to like lose it all up here, you want to let go more. Your details are going to come flooding back no matter what. You know what you know. No one's going to tell you differently. So this is real listening, though, real paying attention, real openness, real just clear the decks long enough to take in some information. Then you're going to go right back to the washing machine spin cycle. That doesn't help anybody, doesn't help your garden, doesn't help you walk your dog, doesn't help you with mankind, humanity. It doesn't generate peace. So be it. So, yeah, maybe mindfulness techniques, meditation first, then get in touch. But I love helping people realize, oh my God, I can get answers. And then half the time they freak out. The other half the time they're perfectly good. But it's hard to go back to the well. You have an experience with the loving being. I mean, they're pure love. They dumb it down for you as much as you can handle, the way you need to handle it. But eventually your thinking comes back in and is like, whoa, we better not do that again. So try not to take any of this all too seriously. Have as much fun as you can, live your life as much as possible, and be kind to others. I think that's the big message. All right, Michael André Ford in San Antonio, Texas, in the middle of a thunderstorm. Our power did not go out. That's pretty cool. And check out the show. 301 episodes are out. We started January of 2023. And here we are, May 1st of 2026. I think 320 or so shows are taped. We're booked out to about episode 354, 355, November 1st or so of this year. I think I've only got one or two show slots to still book the interview time in July or August. That's been incredible. High caliber guests. I love having guests back on. I've got about 3 to 12 guests who have been on more than 4 times. I think the record is 12. Paul Sugar's agreed to his 13th appearance, or his 14th. Paul Sugar, remote viewer, Stargate remote viewer, briefly, near-death experience, 50 years mindfulness meditation. He has traveled, not the globe, not that he hasn't traveled the globe, but he's traveled the cosmos more sitting like this and had experiences with more than humans quite a bit. Very sage, can't get enough of him. And he has only picked up in his speed, his abilities to, You give him something to do with angels, and he's already done it before you can finish the sentence. It's fast. He's amazing. So check out Paul Sugar. I think it's paulsugar.com or paulsugar.net, but he's all over my channel. Um, we have the APL Spotlight series. I tape an amazing guest that I want to have back on. That airs the same day that we tape, generally, or the next day. The Mind, Body, Spirit panels, there's 25 of those plus 75 of these. That's 500 tapings. And any liking, hitting that thumbs up button, comments count as kind of like a like. Put an emoji down if you're shy. If you got this far, give me a little love for putting in the effort for all these years. Do it anyhow, even if you don't give the icon. I'm still going to blow and whoosh one last time, but I'd like you to make a request, not to me. I'm not going to do anything else for you. I'm just going to set the table for you. Let angels show you the hospitality. Let them do the Danny Myers on you. Let them welcome you to the restaurant. The angel is the maitre d'. The angel is your server. They've got your favorite table by the window that you love. All the chefs are angels as well. And guess what? You don't have to pay the bill. I do love getting bookings though, and I love donations. I got my first ever, I don't even know what it's called. Somebody handed me $10 while I was talking on a show or something via YouTube. And one day when I hit $100, that'll filter back to me. And I think YouTube takes 30% of it or something. I totally forgot what they're called. So any donations are great, but why not? Why spend a donation one way and not get anything out of it? Go grab me for a service. You would laugh if you saw how shy people were either coming on the show. I probably had about 100 cancellations in 3.5 years. People get cold feet. Their thinking kicks in. This is big stuff. It's basically miracles happening. And then once the brain, the ego figures out that, oh my God, the jig is up, they'll pull out the stops to get you sick, do anything, trauma, dramarama, to prevent you from just going full stop and being in your heart, being still and listening. Here comes one last push of angel light your way. Make a request to the universe. I can't hear you. I'm staying out of all your details. I do that for everyone now. I could use a little more fun with the job. I could use a new job. I could use more travel. I could use more abundance. I could use more abundance here that impacts all the different departments, compartments of my life, the stuff that I view linearly, like help me open up and just smile more, breathe more, and walk with grace. There's an angel named Grace. There's a Faith. There's a Hope. There's a Harmony. There's a Lucy who's patience. There's a Claire who's resilience, but she's also clarity. She's also my dog's guardian angel if my Labradoodle, I think, came into the room. Your pets do have guardian angels. You have a guardian angel. Here comes that whoosh. See if you can feel a little extra light and see if you can feel lighter. You're not sending any of your stress baggage my way to Texas. Let it go out into the atmosphere. Let angels lift stuff off of you. You might shake. You might tear up. You might yawn or have other reactions. You might feel a warmth. The more you can exhale like a whale, breathe, and unofficial rule, 1 millimeter breathe through the mouth. There's a lot of folks when they get listening, they're trying a little too hard. It's like turning up that 1970s stereo receiver, those big knobs, just 2 millimeter turn in Boston, Journey, Chicago is blaring. I'd like to do more modern bands, Small Black, Grimes, Washed Out, whatever. Your favorite music is now 10 times louder in the house and it's safe. The cops aren't coming. Don't worry. You're not getting busted. Here we go. Set your intent. Just allow, be like, hey, he talks a lot, but he's very enthusiastic. I like his vibe. I'd like the coffee that he's having. That's it. And angels, make it really nice. I'd like my usual table. I'd love to have a 13-course meal. Keep the menu. Hey, chefs, I did 20 years in New York City. Pretend you know the chefs. You do. You know all these chefs. You've met them before. This isn't your first rodeo. Make it nice is that New York City expression. They're just going to send you a 13-course meal. And I was getting to the part about the credit card. It's comped. The meal's comped. With angels, it's great. With me, yeah, I can't. A man has to eat. I'm going to quote Geronimo here. Great, great figure. He is so much fun. You need to meet Geronimo. A man has to eat. So, yeah. Here we go. All right, Michael André Ford in San Antonio, Texas. Put an emoji down if you at least had something happen. You don't have to share what it is. Keep it private. Thank you very much. Bye.